representative. Yeah, that's quite
Respected special guests and my dear friends, a very cheerful evening to all of you. Myself, Ryan Sayed. I am the youth ambassador of III. And today we are all gathered here for the inaugural premier launch for Sustainable Developmental Goals 2030. But before diving into that topic with our eminent personalities here, who are about to set the stage on fire, I would like to start by giving a short message to the upcoming future generations. Dear future generations, from the bottom of our heart, we are sorry. Sorry that we were too caught up in our own doings to do nothing. We just didn't realize how special our earth was. You might be knowing about the Amazon desert, isn't it? Well, believe it or not, it was once called Amazon rainforest, where there were billions of trees and awesome. Oh, wait a second. You don't know much about trees, isn't it? Trees are amazing. We literally breathe air. They store and purify water. They give food, medicine that cure our diseases. But I'm really sorry to tell you, we have destroyed these precious things. Burn them down. Cut them down. You know why? It's because of this thing. Yes, my dear friends, money. I'm sorry that we put profit above people. We have put greed above need. We have put rule of gold above the golden rule. I'm sorry, future generations. We have doomed you, and we couldn't find another planet for living. My dear friends, the creation of Earth was just like downloading an app from your phones. It took a lot of time, isn't it? 5% downloaded, then 25%, then 35, 60, 70, 85, 94, 100% done. But when you delete the app, it just takes 2 to 3 seconds. Similarly, deleting life on Earth would just take moments. But think about, why did the Earth initially download life? For us to delete these biodiversities, ecosystems, is it? My dear friends, let me ask you a simple question. Let me ask the audience. Does anyone know what was the real cause of extinction of dinosaurs from our planet? Anyone? Okay. Yes, a giant meteor hit the Earth and killed them all. At least they have a reason for extinction. But what about us? We are driving ourselves extinct by devastating the nature, heading for climate disaster. We are literally paying demise for our entire human race. Can you believe it? Please don't choose extinction. We need to realize that we are not apart from nature, but a part of nature. My dear friends, do you know this? Fun fact. In a zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there's a cage where the notice reads, the world's most dangerous animal. So many people are fascinated about this concept, and they have a look inside the cage. Inside the cage, there is no animal but a mirror where you see yourself. My dear friends, man is the only dangerous animal to make our life supporting planet into lifeless. I've always loved this quote. We have not inherited this earth from our forefathers, but we have borrowed it from our children. That is true. We have borrowed it from our children and we are continuously exploiting it. And that is what they get. Isn't this such a big scam, a hypocrisy, my dear friends? What's stopping you from saving environment? What's stopping you to spread education about global warming, pollution, deforestation, etc.? What's stopping you from preserving our fellow innocent animals? After many decades, my dear friends, we all would eventually die, leaving behind the next generation to face the consequences. And who made them? We. Just imagine, my dear friends, spare a thought. Okay, now, with these short wisdom nuggets, I am ready to pass on the handle to invite our board of director and COO of III to invite our esteemed guests. His name starts with the letter K. Yes, K stands for knowledge, a knowledge hub, a storehouse for knowledge. Let me welcome Kevin Ward, sir. Sir, please take the stage.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you for that introductory remarks. Thank you to everyone for taking the time to be with us today on this inaugural show in regards to SDG 2030. We look forward to learning and growing from each of you and learning and growing as we go along how to be more responsible citizens of our world, our Earth. And with that, I would like to introduce Ambassador Terry Nichols. Glad to have you, sir, with us from here in the United States. As always, Dr. Sandeep Marwa, it is always a pleasure to be with you, sir, and to hear from you. And Dr. Rajat Sharma, sir, a pleasure to have you here. And of course, our esteemed leader, founder and CEO, Dr. Shama Hussain. It is a real pleasure. Look forward to our time together today to learn and grow and to kick off in our Global Express TV series on SDG 2030. Dr. Shama?
Okay, sir, I will carry it.
Okay.
Okay, my dear friends, let's move on with the questionnaire. And my first question goes to Sandeep, sir. And my question is, sir, why 2030 is only chosen a date for achieving the sustainable development goals? I mean, why 2030 itself? We could have 2040 or 2050 or even the previous years. But why 2030? So do you think it is possible to achieve it? Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. What a pleasure to be here this evening with all of you at II program. Well, if you go back into the history, it has taken many years, for United Nations to come to the conclusion, because they've been always, this is the one single body which is comprising of 163 countries, 193 countries altogether, but 163 countries which are the members of United Nations, and they've been worried about all these countries' growth and their sustainability. So it has taken few years to come to the conclusion, because they've been studying in all these countries the poverty level, the hunger, the health issues, education issues, equality issues, the water issues, sanitation issues, and the economic growth, the inequalities, the consumption and the production of the products, the climate issue, the life on the land, life below the land, in the water, and so many things together. And they have come to the conclusion that it will take years and years. It's not a 1 year program. It is a 15 years program. If you look back into the Indian style, we have always believed that 14 years is one yuga. Into the culture of human being, it takes one yuga, which is comprising of 14 years and 1 year grace period. So it has probably, that's one of the reasons they have taken 15 years for this program. On the other hand, most of the countries in the world, they have a system of bringing government exactly after 5 years. So there must have been the second major issue, that no government can bring change in just one term. So probably they need 3 terms to bring in all these changes on this earth. So altogether, I think they decided that let's give 15 years to the world, the establishments of 193 or 160 countries to come forward and bring change into the world. I'm very happy that all that changes has been designed into 3 major heads: economic changes, the social changes, and environmental changes. And let me put in my words that the heart of 2030 agenda is the people, prosperity, planet, partnership, and peace. The 5 P's are the basis of this issue, and 15 years we need to bring in change on this planet.
Wonderful. Marwa sir, बहुत बढ़िया.
Wow, sir. Now your words will be definitely for the next 50 yogas, I can assure you, sir. Thank you, sir. It means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Now, my second question is for Ambassador Terry, sir. Sir, before diving into the question, last week, me and my best friends were talking about when can a country be completely developed? Then some said when the country has no poverty, some said when there is gender inequality, and some also said when there is controlled population. But I told them, a developed country is not where poor people have cars. It's where rich people use public transportation. This is what we call sustainable development, according to me. If rich people use public transportation, it would save the environment completely from pollution and all. Now, sir, my question is, according to you, when do you call a country as most developed? Terry, sir.
Well, thank you for the honor of being here with such esteemed group of people. Sustainable development is a place where there is yin and yang. Well, there is balance in self and balance in community and balance in country. And when that happens, that's when all citizens take responsibility for themselves. Now, it's not just the poor making sure that they dress clean or anything like that, as you have so delightfully said. It's more important that all of us begin with ourselves and regulate ourselves and become part of the community, not creating a specific community for ourselves. A fully developed nation or a fully developed country, in my culture as a Native American man, is no one is above or below anyone else. We walk together on our journeys. And what we have as we walk along in our journey is what we've accomplished for ourselves and should be proud of it, providing that it did not hurt another human being or any wildlife or Mother Earth. The earth is general. This is the only earth we have. And that wisdom has been around for hundreds of thousands of years. So if you look at community and harmony, that type of philosophy is more valid now than it was 100 years ago. Thank you.
Wow, sir. It was awesome. I have learned in my bio class, when a place is highly developed or suitable for certain species, they increase their population with other species and create a whole new species. But here I can say your words have completely opened up a new chain of species, of new thinkers with different perspectives, sir. Thank you, sir. It means a lot. Wow.
You're
Now,
welcome,
my
and thank
third
you.
question. Yeah, thank you, sir. Now, my third question is for Dr. Rajat, sir. Sir, could you please give us a homework for the youth of the world today to achieve SDG 2030. We all will definitely work on it, sir. The whole nation, the whole youth behind me wants to know. Sir, you're muted, sir.
Thank you, Ryan, for this wonderful chance to speak about the SDG to motivate the youth. I'm very thankful to Dr. Kevin, Ambassador Terry, Sandeep Marwaji, and especially my sister Shama Hussain. So thank you to giving me chance to speak here. So about the SDG, you can see the last 3 years how the world is facing the challenge. First, we are facing the challenge of COVID. Then we're facing the challenge of war. As I support Ambassador Terry's statement, the people support is most important. The government is doing whatever the responsibility, they are doing very well. But in other side, if we can say that India is growing very nicely. Even the 2 year setback was there for the entire world. But India is very fastly growing. Even you can see yesterday, our Prime Minister mother, that bad thing happened. So he was on duty after done that his family all thing. He was back to the duty after 3 hours. So I have to say one thing: the peace is very most important. There is a three kind of world. One is that I can say that Western world, they have their own egos. They have clashes. One side is communism, like China, Russia, this kind of, and one side is religion. These three parts should be removed to achieve the sustainable development goal in 2030. That is very important. Public support is no doubt, it is very, very important, and especially in today's situation, the youth sports is very, very important. So I don't think we will achieve on 2030. This is the final target and all. Because of last 2 years, it is increasing almost 5 years of work. So it can be a transfer to 2035 or 2040. As per my analysis, now what I am observing last 2 years. But for the youth, today I can say three things to follow all the youth. First, everybody will fail at something, at some point. So you better get used to it. Second thing, if you never fail, take that as a sign that you are not really trying. And third thing, at the end of the day, failure will help you figure out what path you want to be on. Fall forward. This is my message for today, youth. And thank you very much, Shama. And we are doing, India is growing very fastly. As Mr. Terry, Ambassador Terry knows that entire world know how our leadership is working very fast. We are working in the transportation, public transportation. We are having a very modern trains. We are having a many cities, including the metros and all. So I think the next term, the same government is required to continue. So it will be very fast. We can see at least for India, we'll see the 2030 maximum point to be covered by this government. Thank you.
Wow, sir. Thank you so much. Hey, youth, did you hear what Rajat sir said? What? I cannot hear you. Oh, okay. Yeah, they said they will absolutely, they're ready to follow this. Thanks a lot, sir, for your kind and generous words.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, let me call upon our Iron Man of III, Kevin, sir, for his concluding remarks and his wonderful insights. So,
thank you very much, Ryan. And it is really great to be able to hear from so many that are knowledgeable, esteemed, and passionate about taking care of the earth that we've been given stewardship of. And I have to agree with Ambassador Terry that we need to each take our own responsibility. And if each of us takes our own responsibility for moving forward and takes that responsibility very seriously, we can make an impact in our world and on our earth, because we have then started a movement. And we know that movements are much greater than any organization, because it is movements that's changed our world in the past. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Rand, thank you for your moderation, and appreciate that.
Dr. Kevin,
Dr. Sharma.
Let me take up the stage. It's Ryan's part is finished. Now I need to discuss.
Well, I wondered about that, Dr. Sharma, but I'm trying to follow the cues from the master, Rayan. So go ahead, Dr. Sharma. Love to hear from you.
Thank you, Dr. Kevin. Thank you so much. As Rayan said, Iron Man of III. Thank you, Dr. Kevin. Thank you so much. I'm really glad to hear Dr. Rajat, Dr. Sandeep ji, and Ambassador Terry for this wonderful insights that they have given about the questions that Ryan was asking. As a youth, he wants to carry this message to the youth of the country. And he was so worried. He was telling that as our generation may not have what we are having right now. So this was a reminder to each and every one to empower the youth coming up. So now I too have lots of queries, which I need to get cleared from Dr. Sandeep, Ambassador Terry, and Dr. Rajat, which I will pass on. So first question to Dr. Rajat. Dr. Rajat, do you think women are playing a role in SDG Vision 2030? Do you think that? Is it urban women or rural women who are playing the role? Because we need to know exactly whose role is less, whose role is more, and who need to enhance it. So what do you think, Dr. Rajat, about this?
See, the lack of awareness is there in the rural area. I can say that 80% India is living in the rural area. So awareness is very much required, and things happen in urban area. Many women are working for the SDG, working for the environment and all, but the ratio is very less. So the government should be give an awareness program and everything, that the world is going to transform. They are going to transform. Their life is going to transform as a global citizen. Today we can't say that I am an Indian. As our Prime Minister says that world is a family. So we should say that we are the world citizen, not any specific country citizen. Then only we can focus on the globe. So this is my advice to everyone. That is the reason. And this is only the focal point. That awareness is there, then everyone will be ready to join SDG 2030, transformation of the world. Everybody. And they will be very happy. But the thing is not like that, as you know, Russia-Ukraine war, then COVID, again, new COVID variant are coming. So lot of problems is coming, but we are strong people, very strong people, so we can pass all this problem, and hopefully the women are lead this one thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rajat. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That's what our Prime Minister's message, and we are all global right now. And I think even our event is global. We are having people from India, from America, and people are from different zones, time zones, different places. We are here and spreading, but our vision is the same.
Even Shama, people are taking his personality like he is a very kind of religious person. He is like, I challenge in my last conference in Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh, in our Vikram University. I challenge everyone that anyone can say from his mouth, he says Muslim or Hindu, he said 140 crore people. He's going to develop. He's taking 140 crore people, means every religion, every caste, everyone coming in that number. So people should clear this kind of mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajat. Thank you for this wonderful message and the clarification. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajat. And now let me move ahead to Dr. Sandeep ji, the magician of words. Dr. Sandeep's voice, oh my God, I always say he's a magician. When he speaks, he creates magics all over. So Sandeep ji, my question to you is now, so many countries are working together for SDG 2030. So many countries in the world, we're all together now on a mission and on a same vision of building sustainable world. But what do you think, Sandeep ji, which country do you think, which countries are working more, means comparatively, so that we know we can take them as an ideal? This is not a competition. This is not the comparison. This is like to take them as an ideal, like how they are processing this process and how we can also go through that. Which country do you think are doing more better on this platform of SDG 2030?
See, so far the statistics which the United Nations has received, because 193 countries are involved in United Nations, but the report has been received by them only by 163 countries. Rest of the countries, they have not even bothered to start SDG programs, unfortunately. But then if you look at the statistics, the Finland, which has almost covering 86.5% of SDG program, is now number one so far. And if I read out the names after Finland, probably the next one is Denmark, and then we have Sweden, Norway, Austria, Germany, France, Switzerland, Ireland, Estonia, Netherlands, Czech Republic. Now, these are the countries which have done extremely well in all these years, and they are touching probably all the points which have been mentioned in the SDG program. Out of the 17 programs, they have touched all of them, progressing in all of them. On the other hand, I'm feeling sorry for all those countries which have gone into it but could not reach to an extent. Like, for example, if I say South Sudan, Central African Republic, Somalia, Sudan, Liberia, Congo, Nigeria, they are little in a backward state of affairs right now. They have touched only 30 to 40% of the growth level towards SDG. When it comes to India, my own country, we have been rated as a 20th out of 163 reports which have been received so far. Well, probably this year we're going to be 117th, and I'm sure in the next few years we will touch and cover up most of the things. As Dr. Rajat has very well said, there are two major handicaps which has taken place on this planet. Number one, pandemic, which has brought the whole world almost 10 years back. Don't forget that. I mean, all these SDG points were mentioned by United Nations 15 years back. And I mean, imagine in all these 7 years, two major things, as he said, pandemic, which has brought the whole world back to zero. And the second very important thing, the war between Russia and Ukraine, which has shaken up the whole world. And forget about all those small tits and bits and wars across the so many borders which are happening around the world. Forget about all those. And this has given a very bad shape to SDG programs. And if you ask me very clearly, I can say comfortably that 2030 is not the right time to say that we will be able to achieve all our goals. But then, trust me, there is no rat race going on. The purpose of United Nations was never there that the whole world is going to do a magic game by 2030. It's a target which has been brought to the whole world that let's try to achieve something. It's like putting up little pressure on the establishments, put pressure on the human race that if you are not going to do these things right now, probably in the next years, you have to go through a sorry figure. I mean, imagine by 2030, we're going to be 8.5 billion population on this planet. And if we're not going to control things right now, it will be beyond our control. It is like a planning for a disaster, a planning for it's like for unseen circumstances. So I think all the experts and the think tank of United Nations, they have come to a conclusion that let's try to control anything and everything which is moving beyond our control by 2030. I'm sure they knew it that 2030 cannot be the magic year and everything is going to happen magically. But yes, at least it is forcing people to complete their targets, move fast, be aggressive, be a little more honest to your profession so that we can actually touch some kind of a targets to control the situation. I mean, if you have time, then I would love to add on one more line. And see, as Dr. Rajat has just said, and probably other people also, that there is a lot of illiteracy. People are quite backward in India in many communities. So don't forget that our Honorable Prime Minister has changed this SDG program into another very beautiful, polite Hindi word, which is called Atmanirbhar. He has added this to the whole program of SDG. You know, the Atmanirbhar, if you bifurcate, I mean, if you look into the English meaning of that means self-reliant or a self-sufficient, which actually proves SDG programs. But then in my definition, I'll take maybe another 2 minutes. And when I say Atmanirbhar means the first thing which we are trying to tell to the world, or let's say to our own country first, that we all have to be very ambitious for these goals. We have to be very excited. We have to take this thing very wholeheartedly. And the T stands for techno-savvy, because we cannot achieve anything and everything now without the help of the techniques. So we have to be technology, we have to bring in technology into it and technical fit to achieve our goals. The M stands for motivation. Any and every program which United Nations has mentioned in the 17 programs, it needs a lot of motivation, right from a student to probably a chairman and managing director of a multinational company. So M stands for the motivation. The next A stands for attitude. We have to change our attitude. We have to be sober, down to earth, polite. We have to be hardworking, honest to our profession, supporting, compassionate. And all these things are going to bring back the equality and is going to remove inequality, is going to bring peace and justice, is going to bring a lot of sustainability into communities. And when I say N stands for being national. I mean, if you don't love your country, if you're not patriotic, how are you going to work for your country? So probably the N stands for being nationalist, and it's a humble submission to the people who are listening here that let's be nationalist, patriotic, love your country, and you're bound to work hard for your country. When I say I stands for information. Delete all that information which is not required, because an excess of information is also going to disturb our targets, our schemes, our planning, our think tank. So delete all that unseen information. Please exclude it and stick to what is required today for the next few years. The R stands for research. And because without research, no action can be taken place. So every country has its own ways of doing research. They have their own set of problems. We in India we have different set of problems, and we are getting into research how these problems have occurred and how they can be rectified. And we are streamlining all these 17 points and working in focus towards those points. B stands for believe. You have to believe in your establishment, your government, your elected government. If you're not going to trust your elected government, how this government is going to work hard to bring all those sustainable goals? So it is my humble submission to the people of the nation that believe in the establishment, whether it's a state government or a national government. Then you have to believe in your parents. You have to believe in your institutions. You have to believe in your superiors so that we can work fast. The chapters are going to be read fast if you believe in each other. And when I say H straight away stands for humanity. because that's what is going to be the ultimate when we are talking about the constructive communities. We're talking about peace and justice. When we're talking about the economic growth, everything needs a humanity, and that humanity has to come into the system to bring in sustainable goals at the right time. And the next A in Atmanirbhar stands for the all-rounder. You have to be all-rounder. You have to work at home, support your wife, you have to, or your family, you have to work in your office and support your colleagues, your subordinates, your juniors, your superiors. You have to, I mean, you have to be all-rounder. You have to support by getting into a small village, support a village, support a NGO, support your own vision and mission. So this is required. You have to be all-rounder, by the way. And last, Atmanirbhar R stands for result-oriented. At the end of the day, whatever we are talking, whatever we are doing, it has to come down to a bottom line which says result-oriented. We have to see to it that whatever efforts I'm putting into my even day-to-day affairs must bring some kind of a result to at least that section, that department, that community, that school, college, that office, and I see to it that the things are going to improve. Now, this Atmanirbhar, the meaning which I'm trying to portray here in a very simple words and explanation, has to be adopted by every Indian at least, so that we can grow much faster. And trust me, India is doing very well, and probably the whole Europe and America is going through a tough time again, and they have already projected recessions and depressions. But trust me, India is right now at a best of its health, and every citizen is growing. Every middle class family is looking best economic power of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandeepji. Thank you so much. It's such a wonderful, transparent answers. I can say, people has got to know like where we are, who is doing what. And that's such a wonderful statistics that you have given to us. It's really useful for each and everyone to spotlight exactly where is the role of which country's role. And the acronym that you have given, it's inspiring, it's motivating, which ended with result-oriented. Yes, exactly. Whatever we do, we need to work for the result. That is the main product that we have to work on. Wonderful, Sandeepji, and it's a wonderful answer. Thank you once again. And I'm sure everyone are noting down, even Dr. Rajat's homework for the whole youth, and Ambassador Terry's suggestions, and Dr. Sandeep Marwaji's all statistics and very transparent answer. Where is your location? Where is your position? Thank you, Sandeepji and Dr. Rajat. Now coming to Ambassador Terry, your question now. The question is, Ambassador Terry, like hunger, crime, distractions. But distractions can be any distraction. It can be employment, it can be religion, all over the world. Do you think after SDG 2030 has come up, is there any closing door for this? Do you find any kind of limitations to this crime? Is there increase or acceleration in the crimes, in the hunger? Hunger is still, we see the people. And do you feel that people still know? Are there people who still, there is no awareness of SDG 2030? What is SDG? What is my responsibility? Still, this layman spirit for SDG 2030 is existing. All this, in a general, like I can say, general things that I want to know from you, Ambassador Terry.
Well, when you have an enjoined vision, and that enjoined vision is something that you can almost feel, you breathe it, all your senses are aware of that vision. The vision right now is 2030. And when like a lot of things, when a locomotive starts to pull a train, starts out very slow, takes a lot of energy. There's a lot of things that have to take place before that engine can pull that train at a reasonable speed or the design speed. Same with humanity. It takes a little bit, it takes a lot for us to get the message in here. Many different ways of getting that message in here. And once the message is in here, and we as human beings start to envelop that feeling, we start believing that the vision is real and that all of us are neighbors. And when we do that, when that path towards around us, and so it takes a lot to get to 2030. And then 2050 is not so bad. In 2075, we can get it done. And it's not about us today, okay? It's our children and our grandchildren. They will get us to 2075. I hope that answered your question.
So, very smart answer, Dr. Ambassador Terry. So we have to, it's a hope. You are giving us a hope. There was a village where everyone were like worried because there was no water at all, no rain at all. Everyone decided, let's pray together to God for rain. Let's pray together tomorrow. Also, each and everyone has come up and they gathered at a place for rain in a village. One person, he came with an umbrella. One person came with an umbrella. Then everyone said, still we have lots of problems. We have to sit together. We have to start praying to God to solve our problem and to give us rain. Then it will happen. Then that person said, I know we will pray. We will have when rain comes, we need to have umbrellas. So like that, you 50, if not 2050, 2075, but definitely it will work on.
That's very kind.
That is the secret actually, Ambassador Terry said. This is the secret that United Nations is planning to shifting. Ambassador Terry is putting the stamp on that.
So no, wonderful. Hope is something which makes us alive. Exactly, Ambassador Terry. Hope is something that we are built on our hopes that good things will happen, good things will come. Thank you for that, Ambassador Terry. And
Thank you.
Dr. Rajat.
That's very nice.
Yes. So thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Ambassador Terry. So, Dr. Rajat, now very simple question to you, Dr. Rajat. Like you're working very hard for education in schools. I have seen you lots in the different schools, the different type of rural areas in schools all over you. Means you are trying to spread equalities or education inequalities. You are trying to overcome that. But do you think, Dr. Rajat, in rural areas where about SDG, especially the children, do you think they know what is SDG also? And can they overcome to these all? They don't have, means how can we solve these problems, especially some countries and even in Indian rural areas? This is a lot. If maybe, yeah, it takes time, but how to start it up? Yes, volunteers are starting, like you people are doing so many things. But what is the message to each and everyone? Like, think regionally, act globally. Means if we want to bring this SDG to accomplish, we have to start thinking regional purpose. First, let's your place, your area where you are living, let it develop. So if each and every one person starts doing that, it will grow. So what do you think about this, Dr. Rajat, about the rural areas especially, so that people who are watching us even can work on rural areas as well?
As you know, Shama, this is the only country where the 800 million people are getting free food. which is the very big symbol of no hunger. No
Yeah.
one country I have seen last 3 years who is distributing free food, not 8 million, not 80 million, 800 million people are getting continue their food. They don't have a tension that morning we are hunger or not, or today night we will sleep hunger. And it is. This is only the country where the rural economy leadership is not know very well to educate the rural student, rural women. There are 400,000 digital service centers. They are providing for the rural people. How they are going to transforming. This is the country where the 30 million people got the house, free housing under the Prime Minister Housing Yojana. This is the country where people are getting their pensions, their old age pension, and everything. And especially the 80% India is connected to the rural community. So everyone knows the what's going on, and this is not possible by any other government. Was done 60 years before, 70 years before. So this kind of development, this kind of transformation, this kind of awareness is getting by the people. That's the reason our Marwa Sahib said that it required third terms also to continue the same government. Otherwise, we can say if there is no sustainability now, so there is no development.
Yeah.
Before this 8 years, I can say before 2014, each government last 25 years, they are supporting government from small political party. This leader is doing very openly, he's taken very big challenge and doing very perfectly in the area of development, economic development, social development, rural development, because he's not depending to small political parties. It's not depending to bureaucracy. So rural development, economic development, today you can see, I think Ambassador Terry accept this thing, this is the truth, and Dr. Kevin, India is now 5th largest economy of the world. And I have seen yesterday, India have buying every year almost 100-ton gold, which was not happened last 30 years. Every year they buy the 100-ton gold. This is what strength of our economy. Any country or free housing, free pension, he is stable, very strong. Government I don't see even in Europe country and other countries. There the people in Western country, they are in a fighting, and this person is only person who is only seeing development, the rural development, and urban development, equality is there. So this is the fact about the rural. All thing is before 2027, we will achieve very much development in the goal 1, goal 13. We can go for the partnership, goal 17, goal 16. Just see the peace. Otherwise, if you find that globally there is a tension under the China, Taiwan, Iran, then you can see Russia, Ukraine, everything very patiently for development of. This is a fact. Thank you.
Wonderful, Dr. Rajat. What
Thank
you
you,
said
Shama.
is very true. Very true. Wonderful, Dr. Rajat. Because I remember even when I was in school, I used to see in government schools, government is offering lunch for all the children from years. This is happening, and it is even now it's happening. Exactly. What you said is very true, Dr. Rajat. India is the country that is offered trying to work out for hunger, for education. Yes, challenges are there because of too big country ours.
Yes.
It's a big country. It's not possible to be done everything at Rome is not built in a day.
And you know, Shaman, that many times last 8 years, many challenges come from the neighbor country, from China, sometimes Pakistan, many challenges.
Yes, exactly.
Every day, every night, sometimes it happens that tomorrow morning there will be a war. But this person is tackled very, very smartly, very, very intelligently. So everything is not a challenge for India. He's taking very smoothly India to the progress.
Wonderful, Dr. Rajat. Thank you for these wonderful insights and focusing on each SDG very transparently. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajat. Thank you so much. I was really, the answers that are coming up from each and every one of you are really, what do you say, Dr. Kevin, about Dr. Rajat, Dr. Sandeep, and Ambassador Terry's insights, Dr. Kevin?
Well, I appreciate the various insights, the data, the statistics. It's all good information because I believe that we all need to approach the need of SDG 2030 as a shared vision and each seeing our part of it. And each of these esteemed gentlemen have brought different elements to the forefront and very important, and that we each look at the 17 SDGs and determine where do we fit. Because again, if each of us takes responsibility, even if it is for one SDG goal, then and begin to move forward passionately, then we will change the world. That's the way things happen in such a big way, as to us to take ownership, take responsibility. And so I thank each of you for what you've shared. You have shared insights that I have learned today. I always approach every day to learn something new. And so today I've already achieved learning something new from each of you. So thank you for that. And I believe that with enlightened leadership, we can move forward. We can make things happen.
Exactly, Dr. Kevin. Very true. What you said is, yes, even I have learned a lot today. And Dr. Sandeep, I want to ask you a question. Like, well, how do you think films industry can contribute in SDG?
Well, I think the communication plays a very important role in each and every department of life. So do with the SDG. And I think we are doing our own job. For example, if I talk about myself, I have 3 radio stations: Radio Noida, Radio Mumbai, Radio Raipur. I have an online station, TV station, MS TV. We are continuously preparing programs on SDG. We are showing some of the best programs possible in relation to SDG. And I think it's very important. We are highlighting even small things which can contribute to the total growth of the nation and can bring India to a better platform. For example, we've been shouting about donate what you don't use. That's a very important thing. And waste less food and support the local farmers. You know, these are the points which are going to bring and make SDGs more easy to achieve. And we're talking about get yourself vaccinated. This is how the whole media industry is talking about, and see the results, how well we've been after pandemic. And we have touched more than 200 crore vaccination in the country. And then the next is that we've been talking about to support education, support unprivileged children, support the disability and special children. No, these are the small things which we are. And same way, if you talk about cinema, producers, they're going out of way to make films which talk about social issues. And they are becoming super hit films in India.
Exactly.
The films with social issues. And I think nothing can be better than those films which are reaching to almost a billion people in shortest period of time. We have been talking about save water, save environments, don't pollute air, create job opportunities, use public transport, recycle the products, do some voluntary works, protect your heritage, plant trees. I mean, all these things are ultimately getting into the heads of individuals, citizens of this country through media, through cinema, and I'm happy that people are changing. And the job of the media is to change the mindset. And we are trying to bring to the heads of the people that it's very important to save everything, cut your corners, and save the resources for time to come, for your children and for your grandchildren. And I think media is playing a very important role in India. And that's how I think Prime Minister has been very intelligent, because he knew it, that SDG 17 may not get into the heads of Indians. So he changed the word to Atmanirbhar and brought all those things slowly and gradually. You'll be surprised, more than 100 schemes have been launched in India in last 5 years. 100 schemes. And all these schemes are so simple. Save food, save water, save energy, save petrol. You know, idea is only to bring back SDG, because every individual, imagine every individual when is going to work, we are be able to achieve our targets. If not by 2030, definitely in a better time. And trust me, 2030, which is created by United Nations, is just a line to put into the minds of the people who are living on this earth, that it's a high time for all of us to save resources and be intelligent enough to save the Mother Earth.
Wonderful, Sandeepji. Thank you so much. It's really wonderful. Like, as you said, nowadays the movies, they are taking up the realistic values in a realistic, they are transparently showing everything so that it should go in the minds of the people. And communication, as it is spread by the film industry, yes, it is really creates impact on the people to change. And as a government policies, save food, save water, save petrol, every small thing our government is doing from long time. And it is really working. Maybe as you said, if we give them a target 2030, अगर 7 बजे आने के लिए बोलते हैं तो 6:45 7:30 का program है तो 7 बजे ही बोल दो. So people can come by 7 itself. So it's, as you said, it's wonderful, Sandeepji. Thank you so much, Sandeepji. Thank you so much. And before I take your all wishes, one question to Ambassador Terry. Ambassador Terry, my question is, if United Nations will call you and ask you, Ambassador Terry, we want to assign one of the SDG to take over, to take control, and work it on all over the world. So which SDG will you like to work on?
Well, for me, I have two, but the primary one I speak about often, and that is climate. If we don't get climate right, the rest don't matter. And so on the very things that we depend on every day, before we are a nation, we must take sustenance, we must have water. There are different places in the world where the governments are not helping their people with the simplicity of helping them make water. And it's because they become too detached from the reality of community. And so I would say climate is number one.
Wonderful. So climate. And what about you, Dr. Ajit? So which one do you like to choose?
No poverty. It will cover everything. But I respect the theory. The target is climate is there, then everything is there. If the climate is safe, everyone is safe. But my point is no poverty.
And if you ask
Dr.
me,
Ajit, Yeah, Dr. Sandeep, I was coming to you only.
Well, I'm working on all the 17 SDG points rigorously. We are team of 600 people who are working on SDG every day. And we have touched almost all the 17 points. But the most important thing which I realized is education. Because the minute you say education, it covers all rest of the 16 points simultaneously. Because you are educating people about all the 16 other points, that what SDGs is all about. And we've been propagating, highlighting. I have created a team of 5,000 people who are now going to talk about SDG program to the rest of the whole country. And we have team of 5,000 people, and they have the now complete information of all the 17 points of SDG. And I'm happy because I'm the ambassador of SDG also myself, and we are highlighting it every day without fail. And I'm happy that large number of people, they have come to know about it. And my job is to sensitize people for this program, which I have been able to. And we have touched millions of people so far.
And we are touched as well, Sandeep ji, like you have come here, you, Dr. Rajat and Ms. Ambassador Terry, to give such a wonderful insight so that people who are watching now are getting lots of ideas as well. So New Year is on the way. Tomorrow is a new year, new things, new excitement, new things to do, forgiving others, and again, new friendships, new relationships. So I want to ask you, Dr. Rajat, what is your New Year resolution? What's your, means, एक personal भी, एक professional भी, दोनों भी जानना चाहते हैं. Want to know both of them.
We are entering in the new year 2023. We are joining this night from India side, I can say. So we are joining very peacefully, and we are joining very strongly. Every country should join this new year with peacefully, strongly. This is my aim. World should forget the ego. Take the ego fight. You can see the Russia and Ukraine. The people are homeless, people are foodless, people are died day by day. But because of ego or because of the political issue, they are fighting each other. We are feeling pain here in India. So this thing should not happen.
Ego-free country, ego-free world. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Rajat. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. When we don't have ego, we have peace in our hearts.
Yes,
and when we have peace in our hearts, we have happiness in our minds.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Rajat. Thank you so much. Ambassador Kavi, your resolution.
My word for the year is presence. Presence is a point where manifestation becomes action. When you release the angst of the past and the anxiety of the future, you have now. And when you think of now, whatever that you are involved in this deep thoughts that you're involved in, start to come fruition. They come to light. And that is my thought, and my resolution this year is be present, be more present. And it's okay when you slip off the stool a little bit, just get back on. Thank you for that lovely question.
Wonderful, because be present, that is the reason we call present as gift. So the present we have is a gift for us. We are alive, that is our present, and that's why we give gift. A present, a synonym of present is a gift as well. So wonderful. So let's focus on, dear friends, let's focus on present. Forgive the past, what happened. Future it will come. When your present is good, your future will be good as well. So let's empower our present. Thank you, Ambassador Kuri. Thank you so much. And Dr. Sandeep ji, aapka resolution, your resolutions for everyone and for your personal and your professional.
Well, if you ask me, then I have already decided 2023 is going to be a year of education. I want to raise the level of education into my country, and I'll see to it that things should go much, much better than what we are as far as education is concerned. And when it comes to my personal resolution, then I'm very conscious now. I think it's very important to have a good health, and I'm going to take care of my health, because I have always believed that a healthy citizen means healthy nation. So if I would love to pass on this message to the whole world, that let's take care of our own health so that we can have a wonderful and a healthy nation. With all these words, I will love to extend my best wishes to all of you and to all the listeners, all the viewers. A very, very happy New Year 2023. Wish you all best of health, wealth, and prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandeepji. Thank you. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And even we request to all three of you. Let's start from Sandeep, Dr. Rajat. We, International Institute of Influencers, request your blessings and your wishes on account of New Year, this 2023. So, Dr. Rajat, we need your wishes.
Yes, Shama, you are growing very perfectly, wonderful. And I thought last 3 years we are together, and I hear about your institution. It's now good brand in the market, in the social market even. I wish that you have to grow more in next year when we will meet on 31st December 2023. You will 4 times, 10 times, 100 times you will be grow. This is all.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Rajat. Thank you so much. Need your blessings always. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajat. Ambassador Terry, your wishes for our organization.
I wish for you the wish of blessing, being blessed and to bless. And you will grow based on your blessings. And it's very important for us to have self. It's not being selfish to think of yourself first. It is simply to bless yourself. And the more you bless yourself, the more the blessings you can give to others, and the more blessings that come showering back to you. So I give your wonderful organization blessings for a prosperous and forward movement of your great organization in 2023.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ambassador Terry. I means wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart, thankful to receive these blessings. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Sandeep Marwaji, your blessings, your wishes for our organization, International Institute of Influencers.
Well, Dr. Shama, you've been remarkable throughout the last year. You've done wonders, right? I've been watching you from the pandemic days, and you have put in your best. You're so honest to your profession. May God give you more strength. Your willingness is equal to your ability, which is very rare to find. And I wish you all the success. The next year should be full of zest, enthusiasm, excitement, energy, and I hope you will be able to do much more than what you all have done in these last 3 years. All the best. God bless you, and thank you very much once again.
Thank you so much, Sandeepji. It means a lot. It really encourages and inspires. 3 of you are legends in the industry, doing lots of work, numerous work, I can say countless, everywhere. I don't know when you will sleep and when you will plan things and when you will be every day new things, and you are building the biggest network in the world, biggest global communities. You are doing, representing the countries, especially India and America, doing lots of things. And your wishes, we are taking you as an ideal and doing lots of empowerment. It means a lot for our organization to have your blessings and support. Dr. Kevin, Iron Man of III. So your wishes, Dr. Kevin, to III.
Thank you, Dr. Shama. Of course, the wish that I have for our organization is that we continue to move forward in fulfilling the vision that we share about humanization of education and accessibility of education to as many as possible to learn and grow in a new way. And so my blessings for our organization start with blessings for you as our esteemed leader, blessings for good health and well-being, And then for us as an organization, that we continue to grow and develop ourselves as we come together to make a movement among our own team and move forward to be a part of making a movement among as many people as we can touch. So God's blessing on you and III as we go forward.
Thank you, Dr. Kevin. And I request you to give a concluding remark to all of us today to end the show before we end the show.
Well, it's my honor to get to be here and to be a part of this inaugural episode of the SDG 2030 program here on Global Express TV. My gratitude to Dr. Sandeep, as always, sir, Ambassador Terry, you as well, and Dr. Rajat, thank you all for taking out your precious time to be here to kick this off and so that we can move this forward to a new place, to greater goals and understanding. So again, thank you all for being here, and we look forward to each episode of sharing some new knowledge, some new understanding. And of course, as always, my goal is that we all gain wisdom in our own way in our world to be able to make better choices that will be better for us and be better for others. So thank you. And we're really excited, looking forward to 2023 and III and what we will be able to accomplish by following our vision in humanization of education. So thank you all, and look forward to working with you as we go forward, because at the end of the day, this is a community effort, and we've got to work in our own part of that community to make things happen well. Thank you again. God bless. And we will see everyone with our next episode of SDG 2030.
Yes, thank you so much. I am sure it is a very last 31st December, very busy. I know all of you are busy, Dr. Rajat, Dr. Kevin, Sandeep ji, and Ambassador Terry. I know, but still you have taken up the time for us. That is $1 million for us. Thank you so much for this wonderful time. For each second of your time is what for us. Thank you once again. Big thank you from the bottom of the heart.
Thank you, and wishing you all a very happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Sandeep ji. Happy New Year, Ambassador Terry.
Happy New Year.
Our founder, director, and CEO of International Institute of Influencers, Dr. Shama Hussain, on the stage.
एक कहानी बताते हैं. I'll tell one story. There were two brothers.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my new videos. Today we are going to do cutting and throwing the ball. Using this instrument as the ball. Magamit at mga klase ng ready to die.
Oh, let me up with a bright smile on now. Me in the dark.
Throwing the ball.